My friends, we made it today. The most boring preliminary hearing, the most boring anything I've ever had to go through. My God. The most ponderous, slow, as we say in Sicilian, musho. It was just, my God, it was unbelievable. It doesn't even, it doesn't even, it, it, it does not even, I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Do you have that paper I gave you where your notes, I think I wrote on the back of them, I wrote in my scrawled hand that it was horrible. I thought to myself, well, I made the commitment. I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, this is imagine what the trial is going to be like. Normally, preliminary hearings are, okay, let's go, go, go. This was just, oh my, and that judge is, oh my God, grow a pair, buddy. Come on. And the X comments were even more stupid. I think Candace Owens is the devil. Would you lay off this? Is this, do these people have to say this? Do they have to say this? Well, let's go through with what happened today. And I told you a little bit background. They're going to find probable cause. I wish the judge would say, look, why are you making me do this? I'm not going to risk my entire career finding that Charlie Kirk died by some imaginary person. Tyler Robinson is going to be found to have exhibited enough evidence of his. Don't even kid about this. Did you see that Sheridan, that gal, go up to the father and he like grabbed? Did you see this? Did you see this? Sheridan goes to Stacy, whatever the hell her name is. She tries to grab old man Kirk and he's like, "What are you doing?" These people have no shame. They have no shame. So let's go through it, shall we? First, I like Nestor, the we knew a guy, his name was Nestor, the Spanish, they called him Nestor the Molester, which is a terrible joke, but that's what they call it. He wasn't really. But anyway, so whenever I hear Nestor, you had Null or Hull, the British guy. Oh my God, was he the worst? Oh, where do I even start? In no particular order. And did you find out the cause of death? Oh, yes, I did. And what did you do? Well, I read it. You read it? You read it? Even Nestor, the defense lawyer, was saying, look, I understand that the rules of evidence are a little relaxed, but this is rank hearsay. Would you help me? You're reading it? Why don't you just call the guy, the ME? You're having this fellow? Well, he said it was a gunshot wound. That's it? You're having this boring guy from, I don't know where he's from. He's the one telling you this? This is it? This is, I mean, normally I'm not a big, I mean, I'm a hearsay fan. Normally you say, okay, it was a hearsay, but maybe there was an exception. Oh, here's another exception for the hearsay rule. Records kept in their regular business records. Gee, maybe the cause of death, maybe the medical examiner's cause of death qualifies as a business record, so the business record's exception to the hearsay rule. I mean, come on. Did you notice today, again, no, hearsay was big. Why? I would say, come here, Nestor. Come here, honey. Can I talk to you a minute? Excuse me, Judge. Yeah. Nestor, what are you doing? Just pretend like we're laughing. What are you doing? Why are you objecting to all this hearsay stuff now? It's going to come in. Object to it at trial in front of the jury. What are you telling these people now? Now you've just tipped your hand Now you've told them, well, here's what I'm going to say, and here's what you can correct next time. Oh, great. Thanks a lot. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? This is a preliminary hearing. I'm sorry, I'm repeating myself. You're basically I don't understand. Make a note of the fact that they're going to have authentication issues. Make a note that they're going to have hearsay issues. You're not waiving anything. You know, a lot of times in court cases, you if you don't object, you waive. I like the standing objection. That's where you just say, look, I'm going to make the objection one time and go, oh, remember that one? Yeah, Judge. Same thing. Thank you. Same thing. You're going to object to something. This is a preliminary hearing, and you're acting like this is a trial. They're going, and they're, look, a little objection, but this is everything you objected to, they're going to clear up. You're not going to have that. Imagine all that during a trial. Imagine the prosecutor thinking, oh, shit. What the hell are we going to do now? Just a minute. I gotta check this stuff. In no particular order, he laughed. Okay, I said today, remember, I said it's very important for Tyler to know how to sit. Don't laugh, don't smirk, don't whatever. He just for a moment smiled. He wasn't laughing, just for a moment. He also tapped, blew his nose, tapped his foot, maybe twiddled his thumbs, tapped his fingers. It's a human reaction. He's not completely bereft. He smiled talking to his lawyer. He's not laughing at the carnage, at the death of Charlie Kirk. But these jadrules on TPUSA, who, Colvin, these other people, did you see who was it? Was it Candace posted a great one? Did you see them? You remember I told you about using a hog's head? They did the 30-06 experiment. I saw it today that I was talking about the other day. Oh my God. Did you see this? And then this tactical and practical schmactical, he says, look, here's a comparison between a 9mm and a 30-06 in ballistics gel. What are you showing this for? This was X. It's not really part of the trial, but it's like, that doesn't do anything. That has something to do with the fact that the hole in Charlie's neck was de minimis. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? It doesn't matter, but does anybody follow this? Oh, and Andy Wilson there, please follow one of the greatest things ever. I love this. Oh, this jerk. Is Andrew Wilson. He is such an asshole. Pardon my French. My God. But there he is doing this. It's this incredible. Oh, yes. Yes, Owen Benjamin shows him trying to open up a pickle jar. And he can't. It's one of the. He's such an ass. He's there. Colvit's there. These. This Sarah Field, I'm looking at all these things and say, do you just repeat? And I'm trying to give you thorough, very thorough, I think exceedingly thorough reviews from a legal point of view. And they're talking about stuff that doesn't even matter. So as far as the laughing goes, really? Is that it? This guy is a bona fide, I don't know what he is. I think he's a little destarura, a little shingad. You know what I mean? I don't think he's all there, but he smiled or laughed for a moment. He's not, again, I'm saying this perhaps for no particular reason. He is not laughing at you. He's not laughing at Charlie. He is not laughing at any of this stuff. Any of this. He is not. Next, Don Jr., why are you there? Why? Somebody said, thanks, Don. Thanks for showing respect for Charlie. Shut up. Get out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. What are you doing? The president's behind it? I mean, first, I mean, there wasn't a jury there, but there's a lot of people who might be prospective jurors. How do I say this? Don, maybe Eric's getting all the attention and you're kind of walking around. I thought you'd be happy with your new wife. Whatever. Just hang around her. What are you doing here? Listen, how do I say this? Don, I like your father. I like the old Trump. I don't know what he's doing now. But a lot of people, what's the word? They hate you. Why are you showing up at this trial? Why? You don't know. A lot of people love you. A lot of people hate you. I don't know anymore. Whatever possessed you to do this? Does the defense know this? Does the prosecution know this? Does anybody know this? Why are you doing this? In the name of God, what possibly would have motivated you to do this? Seriously, it's one of those things I don't know. I don't think people really realize how they are perceived. I really don't. I don't think they are. I don't think they really have any idea of how they're perceived. So that's it. This idea. Did you also see, for whatever it's worth, Erica shows up in one car and the parents showed up in another. They're not even together. I don't know why that bothers me. When I talked to Candace, she said that Charlie's parents were very quiet, very they keep to themselves. And okay, fine, maybe that's the way it is. That's just kind of sort of sad. You know what I mean? That's sort of sad. I wish that was a different story. And I wish that wasn't the case. Okay, next, in no particular order. How many remember me talking to you about authentication? How do you know anything? Authentication. To authenticate not only the pictures of the events, but authenticate texts that were made, Discord messages. How do I know? What are you going to show me? This is a Discord message. You're claiming that this Discord message that he broadcast this on the Discord channel, so to speak. Did you call somebody from Discord? Are they going to come in and say, yeah, that's ours, as opposed to, no, we went back and we look. And by the way, you know that they've got backdoors. Every intel, law enforcement, everybody can get into those things if you wanted to. Sometimes they don't want to let you know, but theoretically, they could have gone to Discord and Discord could have said, excuse me, we don't have any record of this. I know you've seen this. I know you have this screenshot of this, but we don't have this. This is not a Discord message. This is somebody hacking Discord or creating the illusion, whatever you want to call it. This ain't Discord. Got it? Got it? How do you authenticate it? How do you authenticate? There was one thing I read. It said they got the tenses wrong. I was there. I know what I have to do. Or something. Wait a minute, you were there? And now you know what you're going to do? So you haven't done it yet, but you were there? It's sloppily put together. Slapdash is the word, my friends. It is nothing but slapdash. Next, authentication AI. How many times say, how do I know what that is? Is this a true and accurate depiction? Wait a minute. Is what a true and accurate depiction? What is this? See, now, in the old days, you would sit there and you would have a picture. And all they would do was they would say, is this a true and accurate depiction of the corner of, 8th Avenue and whatever? If that's true, then the photo is authenticated and you can introduce it or refer to it or what have you. How do you know anymore with AI? Did you also say, and detective, Was it Hull or whatever? Did you use AI? Did you use AI to create your narrative? I thought that was fascinating. How do we know anything with AI anymore? How do we know this? We don't know. This is going to be incredible. That's it. 403 evidence. Remember, I talked to you about this a while back. This is when evidence is so gross or scary or whatever that the probative value, the tendency that it has to prove, is outweighed by its grossness, its inflammatory nature, its tendency to confuse or whatever. Did you see that? Very interesting, because they kept saying, "Don't show this picture on the screens. Don't show this. Come here. Don't see this." They didn't go through this beforehand. They didn't go through all of these pictures beforehand. We used to have to sit. We had one judge, whenever he had murder cases in particular, and he'd say, "Let me see the pictures. Here's one. Nope, not that one. Nope. Okay, you can use that one. Nope. Oh, no, not that. Too gross, too nasty." Because you don't want some juror to see some witness lose their mind, screaming and yelling and hooting and hollering. So all of this stuff should have been done ahead of time. Was there any it's not really a pre-trial hearing, but a pre-hearing hearing? Since it's going to be televised, did you ever think about, let's go over this ahead of time? Let's don't in front of the world. You can do this as long as all parties are there. Normally, you have a pre-trial hearing. You go to the court, the judge says, "What are we going to do? How long is this going to take? What are we going to do? How many witnesses?" You get all your witnesses, all your stuff marked for identification ahead of time. You always go to the clerk and have everything marked. You may not get it into evidence, but you don't want to say, "I'm showing you something. Madam Clerk, would you mark this for identification?" Why are you stopping? You go to the clerk ahead of time. You hand them a whole stack of stuff. Sometimes you hand them a gun or a saw blade or something. And the clerk writes out the identification. This is going to be called number one. This is called number two. She puts a little stamp on it. And when you go, it's already stamped by the clerk, so that when you say, "I'm showing you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3 for identification," it's already been marked. And it cuts down on the time and, little things like this. Well, they can also go back and to explain to the judge, "Now listen, Judge, we've got some stuff that we want to show you. And it might be pretty good." You could also have an in-camera hearing, meaning in the judge's chambers. It's done all the time. "Your Honor, may we approach the bench?" Here's a good one too. "Your Honor, may I approach the bench?" And you always say, "Can I come too?" This is when somebody mistakenly says, "Can I approach the bench?" No, can we approach the bench? All right. Bring the court reporter? Yes or no? No. It's going to be good. If the court reporter is there, then she's writing down normally what you're saying. If they wave her off, say, "No, I want to talk, turkey to you. You don't object, do you?" No. "What is it? Listen, we have a name here of a confidential informant, and we can't read this out in open court. This guy will get killed, or it's an undercover cop or something." And everybody understands, okay, let's go. Let's have a hearing in camera, in your chambers. Or we can talk about it. Maybe have the witness show up. Sometimes whenever you want to talk to somebody, the undercover cop will go and appear before the judge. That was always kind of, as you would say, kind of cool, because you'd be in the judge's courtroom and judge's chambers, and all of a sudden the door opens up and this guy comes in. You go, "What the hell is that?" That's the undercover cop. And they were good. Some you never, especially biker cases. Those were the best. "That's a cop?" Yep. I love that one. That was a good. Anyway, so they could have done a lot of this stuff. So a lot of this was just a waste of time. It was so slow. Didn't you find it absolutely stultifying today? If anybody watched it, did you watch it? Don't tell me I had to watch this by myself. It was horrible. I mean, I don't know if I can do this. This is only 2 witnesses. 5 days of this? And this judge is so weak. You saw it? Oh my God. Mike, Mr. Mike, what did you think? Was it and these people, I don't know who they are. These people who hate Candace, and they said, "Look at that. Ha ha ha." The medical examiner said that he said it was a gunshot wound. It's like, listen, do you understand? Do you understand that sometimes these people, these horrible people, sometimes will go to courts and go to, and I'm not saying that the medical examiner's on the take or the judge is on the take, but sometimes, like give you a perfect example. Do you think for a moment that Henri Paul, in the case of Princess Diana, that he was really that drunk? I don't believe that for a moment. For a moment. None of it. Absolutely not. No way. Do you know what it would be like in Great Britain to say, you're not going to go anywhere? You're going to actually, if you dare say, you're going to come on, you're going to actually say that Henri Paul was not drunk when the story of the crown. Now, I'm not saying this, but listen. If you're looking at something and you say, what is this? Well, there was a crack of a rifle. What about this? Well, it's a gunshot wound. Why? Well, it seemed like it. Cracking the rifle. They arrested this guy. I don't know. He was shot. Everybody's telling the guy, hey, he was shot. Charlie's there. Bang. What do you think? What do you think that is? Who thinks what? An exploding mic or something else? I'm not saying that's what it was, but it's not unreasonable for the medical examiner to say, all right, I'm going to go pursuant to that initial finding, that initial thing. But ultimately, do you think that's it? I don't know. All I'm saying is that this case is really, and then, of course, the parents and Erica left right when the case, first of all, I don't know what they have not seen, but I think everybody's pretty much seen as brutal fact rendition as you can imagine. I mean, it was brutal. So the idea of, do you think I'm just saying, do you think Erica got up and wanted to leave because she couldn't take this, or if she says, I gotta go? I don't know. I don't know anything anymore. I want to say something about her. Same thing with Don Jr. She'll never understand this. But she is so, I know this is difficult for people to understand. She is so unlikable to many people. I'm a little neutral on her. She doesn't really do one thing or another, one way or another. She doesn't bother me. I'm kind of immune to her. But to a lot of people who don't really know her, she's annoying. She doesn't connect. What were we saying today? She's not likable, right? There's something that people, and I don't know what that is. There's this, Victoria Beckham is never likable. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm not throwing shade at her. I'm telling you the truth. The prosecution has got to. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm telling you the truth. No, but I'm just telling you the truth. I am saying to you, it's not that I don't like her or anything like that. I'm just saying this is the way it is. Don Jr., I have no feelings one way or another. But please ask whether you should. Did they know you were showing up? If I was a defendant, I would say, stay home. Why? Because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know who these people are. Do they hate you? Do they have TDS? I have no idea. You're not necessarily helping me. You're not necessarily doing it. These are things which are really going to matter when there's people there. But the preliminary hearing, you think they told Charlie's parents, listen, God love you and I appreciate it, but you really, you got to understand this. I know this is important, and I know you want to be there, but this really isn't the most important thing in the world. This is just something preliminary. You being there doesn't make any difference because of the fact that there's no jury there. What, the judge is going to see this? If you want to see what happens, stay home. Your presence doesn't. Unless you feel like, all right, I just didn't think. I didn't see. They seemed very quiet. They seemed almost like they were not. I know this may sound really stupid, but like they didn't want to be there. That somebody told them might be a good idea for you to be there. What's the purpose of this? I would tell them you don't have to be there. You don't have to be there. Because you never know what's going to happen. Juries are not going to necessarily find somebody guilty because their parents are there. It doesn't work like that. In the old days, I told you there was a case where Joe Louis, sometimes the mob would get Joe Louis to sit in the front row because he owed people money, and he would sit there. This is an ex-world champion. It's the most revered fighter. He would sit in the front row. During the Gotti case, Jay Black from Jay and the Americans was there. Mickey Rourke was there. Anthony Quinn was there. I think it was kind of helping their career, so to speak. I don't know if that helps people. I don't know. Because a lot of people may say, what are you doing? You're grandstanding. I don't like Mickey Rourke. I don't like Anthony Quinn. I don't know what it is. Jurors really don't care about this. Jurors don't care. Now remember, it hasn't gotten to the jury yet. He has not even pled not guilty. This is a preliminary hearing. This is to find out whether there's probable cause. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I kept saying, why are you doing this? Why didn't you get a grand jury ahead of time? Impanel a grand jury, let the grand jury find probable cause. You don't have to do this. You're letting Nestor, the defense lawyer, know everything. She's very good. But all this objecting and hearsay and this and they were talking about the 14th Amendment also, but it's kind of like 403 evidence that it was so awful. You're depriving us of. Oh, and they also said, hey, wait a minute. Don't let that information go. There's some stuff there about some private stuff about Tyler. I don't know what they were referring to, but there's some private medical stuff, or I don't know what that even means. Didn't they go through these documents ahead of time? Why are you springing this on the judge now? Why is the judge? I would have had judges who were furious. Say, what are you doing this? Why didn't you tell me about this? Before we do this, what are you going to introduce? Are there going to be any objections? Did you show the other side? Yeah, they have to know. You disclose it to them. Any objection? No. Okay. When I mean objection, you're gonna argue the weight, but arguing the admissibility. Anybody got a problem with this? No. Well, okay. What about this one? What about this report? This is a report. And you got a problem with it? Good. Put it in that stack. Don't do this during trial. Half of this stuff was, I think, heard for the first time in a case of first impression. I think for the court said, hey, what is this? I'm thinking, you didn't know this? When you're giving evidence, I want the prosecution to know and the defense to know what I've got. Here's what I have. I've got the medical report. And by the way, we haven't gotten to the gun yet. But this kills me. Why are you having Hull, the fellow from, I don't know where he's from, the UK? Why is he telling us what the medical examiner found in terms of the cause of death? There was a gunshot. I don't know. He's an investigator. Why is he reading this? And did you also notice nobody had any first hand evidence about anything? Well, I found somebody else. I thought maybe somebody had a handgun until I saw the snipers. Well, did you see Charlie? No. How did you know it was Charlie? Well, somebody said he turned him in. So what the hell are we talking about here? What are we talking about? It was a nest. It was a sniper's nest. It looked like he was prone. Who? Somebody. Was it Charlie? I don't know. Here's one for you. I put this on my X account at Lionel Media. According to this was interesting. UVU police officers' body cam went dead right during the crucial time after he had allegedly found the screwdriver on the roof of the Losi Center building. Why are all the cameras not working in the Charlie Kirk case? So anyway, then we have this. This is very interesting too. Listen to this one. Then at the top of this particular piece, which is very interesting, according to Grok, battery failures on officers' body cameras are nearly unheard of. And yet, it happened to take place right as the officer arrived to find evidence in the Kirk assassination. This is from Grok. However, reported rates are low. This is body camera failure. Issues are typically minor and quickly fixed with spares or replacements. And modern cameras, for example, newer Axon models, are rated for 12 to 13 plus hours to cover full shifts. Departments have policies for pre-shift checks, spares, and documentation of any gaps. The vast majority of incomplete or missing body wear cameras or body cameras. This footage stems from human or policy factors. When and how officers activate or stop recording rather than batteries dying. So even this story goes to show you there's something wrong with it. Now, again, I'm not suggesting, and we have no way to suggest that these officers are on the take or any of that stuff. It just is one of those things where, and if you can convince a jury of too many cases of, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I'm not sure about it. It builds up this residual case of reasonable doubt. And it makes people say after a while, now, this is for the trial. But imagine these folks, they're going to sharpen up their story. That's the problem with this. I would have sat back with Nestor and put it this way. I know you have to object, maybe, but you're tipping off too much and allowing the prosecution to correct everything they're not, put it this way, this is not a suppression hearing. Let me explain this. If you object to something at a preliminary hearing because it's irrelevant or this, they're not going to keep it out of evidence. It just may not come in or be used to determine whether there's actual probable cause. But they're not going to suppress it. It's going to come up later on. So if you don't object, or if you do object, you're going to see this later on. You're going to see this is not a motion to suppress. This is a motion to allow it at the hearing, at the preliminary hearing. This isn't a motion to suppress. You might want to do it later on, afterwards. Remember, he hasn't even had an arraignment yet. An arraignment is when he enters his actual plea. Guilty, not guilty, or in some cases, no contest. Or as my client said, no context, no comment, or no conscience. Then we get interesting. This is just so preliminary, so it doesn't matter, but it kind of gives you an idea. And also, let me ask you something. Did you feel like these were professional witnesses? Have you ever seen the FBI testify? You can laugh all you want, but these people are good. Especially in a bank robbery or something, they're good because they've done this before and they look like FBI. They used to look more like FBI. Now sometimes they look a little, well, not always, but more normal, more street level. But these fellows are, Did they come across to you as knowing what's going on? And this Hull, this British, he was whispering. He was whispering. This is the part which is most important. He was whispering. It's absolutely incredible. This is absolutely, positively I mean, I don't know if they're going to have any type of consultants there, but this was, anyway. So today was it. We're not going to belabor the point. I will be here every single solitary day. Make sure you follow me also on X. I still call it Twitter because that's where the good stuff is. At Lionel Media, it's really good. And I've got different theories and they bother people and bust some balls and vice versa. Because there's the stuff that I'm seeing is just absolutely incredible in terms of this hatred of Candace. Candace has nothing to do with this. She's not a part of this at all. Nothing. But they just can't let her go. They can't let her go, or they can't let go of her. So tomorrow's going to be this 5 days of this. I don't know if I can make it. So what I'm going to do is a couple of things. Make sure, promise me you are subscribed. Promise me that you're that you hit that button to make sure you are aware of my going live or not. It may come out during the day. This morning I went on early about 7 o'clock just because I got to do it. I might come on just to say something, just to something hits me, something I want to remind you of. Part of this is I want you to learn something. I want you to say, I heard this hearsay. I think I understand a little bit better. You don't have to know it all. I want to be able to say, I understand this probable cause versus reasonable doubt. This is not a trial. This is, I want you to think like that. I love teaching people stories. This is a great system that we have. When you really look back on it, when it's done correctly, it makes implicit sense. It really does. But not everybody, by the way, not everybody who does this is a trial lawyer. Most lawyers are not. They do things like, probate and real estate. And they don't go to court. They don't. But you heard it. How many times have you heard me say, is this a true and accurate depiction? They said this today. It's like the incantation. You can tell somebody who's done it before. You know exactly what to call it. You know exactly the reference, the lingo. You know kind of where to stand. It was far too drawn out, far too just get to the point, especially when everybody knows where you're going. Believe me, everybody appreciates. Don't stretch it out. In any event, make sure you are a part of this. Thank you for following this. Thank you. We're going to get to this is not only is this the first part of the movie, this is the coming attractions. Movie hasn't even started yet. This is nothing, but we'll be there because it's fun and it's true crime and it's a real kind of whodunit. Because as far as I know, the evidence is going to be absolutely replete with problems. And there are people who want Tyler Robinson to burn in hell and to be put to death. And they don't really know why, because somehow it's Candace or I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't care who it is. Remember, and this was in that movie, John Adams represented the British who were involved in the Boston Massacre. He represented the British who were charged with killing colonials, and they were acquitted. So in our country, we do this. Everybody's entitled to a fair trial, but also we don't want politics to interrupt, to infect, to contaminate. That's all it is. It's a very simple idea. So my friends, make sure you're subscribed. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. Make sure you like this video. Also follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. I want you to listen to me. They are absolutely, positively, 100%, they are against her. My beloved wife, What she does to incur this, I have no idea. She'll do the most, I don't want to say saccharine, the most wonderful video about legislation, and that's her link right there. And people, YouTube will say, nope, we're going to demonetize that. It's the subject matter. She's talking about legislation. You know her. She never says anything salacious or concupiscent or scabrous. Never. Never ribald or never. It's weird. I don't understand this. So I need your help. I want you to go to Lynn's Warriors and sign up. Just subscribe, because maybe it'll break the algorithm or something. I don't understand it. There are people who say things which are just vile, and they don't have a problem with it. Why her? Why my wife? Why Lynn? Why? Why Mrs. L? It doesn't make sense to me. So please, one more time. This is her. I put that link right there. It means a lot. And I'm asking you a big, big favor. Subscribe, because we need that momentum. Not only do we have to serve justice here, but little kids need our protection. And if we don't defend little kids, I mean, what good are we? Seriously. So anyway, thank you for that. I'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed to Lionel Nation, because sometimes you can be unsubscribed. Make sure you like the video and hit that bell so that when new lives are coming, you'll be notified. Okay? All right. Thank you, dear friends. Have a great and a glorious night. We're going to get through this tomorrow if we don't pass out. Jeez. Anyway, I love you. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dad.